Well, Spurs have a new coach. Jamie Carr has arrived and he has named a really strong-looking Spurs team. 6 of this team started in Paris in the Youth League on Wednesday. Luca Williams-Barnett was one of those. Today he makes his first league appearance of the season for the under-18s. Ollie Boast back on the wing. That's where Rhys Elliott-Paris was in Paris. Today, Elliott-Paris wearing 9. Here's the Arsenal lineup. They beat Bayern Munich in the Youth League this week. That was thanks largely to Max Dowman's double. He's missing today. Both Thompson and O'Neill were on the score sheet in that 4-2 win at Meadow Park. O'Neill wearing 9 is definitely the one to watch out for, with 6 goals in 7 league matches this season for the 18s.
Where's that road come out, mate? That road we're on. Where's it go?
Away we go then. It's North London derby time, and it's Tingy with a big up and under, looking for the head of Rhys Elliott-Paris, who can't find a teammate with it. Played on the right wing. Rhys Elliott-Paris in Paris this week, and he's restored to perhaps his more natural home as the number 9 here. Tingy's after this and he turns away. Again alongside Malachi Hardy. Really strong looking centre-back partnership for Spurs. And Dylan Thompson is in goal. And the 2 fullbacks are Sanderford and Byrne. One of 6 players who started in Paris in the Youth League this week. And Rhys Elliott-Paris is the one who is fouled here and who has won a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur close to the halfway line. Harry Byrne again is stepping up into midfield here for Spurs. We've seen it time and time again over recent matches. Just adds an extra body in there for Spurs. Not quite the fiery start that we may have expected as Arsenal get onto the ball. Marisa turning, and Julien is the one who wears 10 today instead of Max Dowman. Byrne chipping one for Rhys Elliott-Paris to get after. Marley Salmon is able to clear away. He's wearing 4. And it's O'Neill who chases on. Arsenal's top scorer in the league this season with 6. Ibrahim rolls the ball out to the left-hand side. And Malachi Hardy saw what was arriving from Bailey Joseph, and he's able to sweep that one on its way. And Spurs can race up towards the halfway line. That was a pullback, though, by Reece Elliott-Paris on Hamill, the centre-back. And Arsenal take it quickly and try to work their way through the middle. You know what you're going to get from Arsenal. Lots of small, technical players who are happy in tight spaces. Adewale is on the left-hand side, cutting in, looking for Williams-Barnett, who was pretty quiet by his standards in Paris this week in the Youth League, but he was recently away with England for the Under-17 World Cup, as was Arsenal's keeper Porter, who bowls the ball out to the right-hand side as he tries to get the move going here for Arsenal. Ball in behind, and chasing again is O'Neill up against Sanderford. And he runs into Ty Hall, who makes the challenge. And Spurs are looking for a whistle from the officials here. They won't get one. And Ty Hall has to tidy up. And Tingy turns the ball across towards Byrne. And he will try to release Ty Hall here. Conditions aren't exactly superb for football. It's pretty windy here, which is why our cameraman is on the side of the field and can't go up in the tower and give us the more elevated view of the field. Ibrahim driving towards the area, pokes it through. O'Neill makes his mark. Early doors here for Arsenal. 6 minutes have gone and Spurs are behind in the North London derby. Scored this week in the Youth League against Bayern, and he makes his mark after being well found by Ibrahim. It's Arsenal who lead here at Hotspur Way. George Feeney drives away from the challenge of the fullback Oguneke. And here is Ollie Bose lifting one goalwards and nearly finding a way beyond Jack Porter, the Arsenal goalkeeper. Well, he certainly was a bit nervous there, the Arsenal keeper, backtracking. He didn't expect the cross. I don't know that it was the intention here from Bose. I think he was looking for Elliott-Paris. It wouldn't have been too surprising to see that one hit the back of the net, though, given the way that Bose has been scoring over recent matches in the league. 5 goals in his last 6. We are used to seeing him in more central areas, can play both wide and through the middle. Challenge by Spurs, not to the referee's liking, and Kyron Thompson wins a free kick here for Arsenal, who started the game really well. Now Feeney, who is the guilty party. O'Neill trying to provide this time after scoring the early goal. His free kick is easily turned away. And there's no danger this time for the Spurs defence. Williams-Barnett trying to burst through. Felt that he was pulled back. The referee didn't share that opinion. Malachi Hardy has to chase pretty hard to get back, and even though Arsenal get there, Hardy did enough. Williams-Barnett allows the ball to bounce, can't bring it under control. Feeney is having to cover up for Spurs here, but he's lost it. Bailey Joseph is the latest to test Dylan Thompson. Spurs are forced into a long clearance away. Thought that was Enzo Maresca on the touchline for a moment. Here is Ty Hall. He's not got too much in the way of movement ahead of him. Hardy's close by. Two wingers holding position either side, and here is Sanderford, who rolls out towards Ollie Boast, who holds one of those positions over on this right-hand side. The ball is missed control. Reece Elliott-Paris quickly onto it. Feeney wide here where Boast is waiting, and his cross low into the area swept away. Arsenal happy to sit back after scoring the early goal here, and it does look as though Spurs don't really know what to do with Arsenal when they're in a low block. It's certainly not a tactic we would have expected here from this Arsenal team. Just look at Tingy, he's allowed to bring the ball all the way forward up into Arsenal's half. Virtually every Spurs player up inside Arsenal's territory. And here is Sanderford now, who will go back to Hardy. And Tingy again, trying to get something going here for Spurs, but well, the ball to the edge of the penalty area didn't work out too well. Hamill, the centre-back, is happy to go back to his keeper. It's a good turn away, and then he saw Williams-Barnett was pretty close by, and the clearance away for Arsenal. No way forward for Adewale. Spurs really haven't been able to get too much going in an attacking sense in this game so far. One effort from Ollie Bose that went over the top of the bar, but I'm pretty sure that that was a cross and it wasn't intended to be a shot. Williams Barnett onto the ball, driving through the middle and seeing what he can conjure up. Reece Elliott-Paris looking for the free kick. Nothing doing from the referee. Nice bit of running by the Arsenal fullback King, and a good bit of cover work by Tyler Tingey, who manages to get the ball clear. Although he has conceded a corner here. I don't think that was the intention, but the wind has swept that one away. And this is going to be a tough one to deal with here for Dylan Thompson, the goalkeeper, under the pressure of that wind. Oh, the flick was off of a Spurs head at the front post. Sanderford who got the touch. He was pretty nervous as this one skidded through. Out towards the opposite side will be an Arsenal corner from the other side of play. Arsenal players attack from that far post, and Dylan Thompson doesn't make a convincing punch away, but he got enough on it to get it away from anybody who was in there in an Arsenal shirt. Tingey's ball forward drops maybe about 10 yards shorter than where he thought that it might land. Arsenal attacking again. Feeney trying to make the challenge. And here is Thompson, the Arsenal winger. Now Julian. There might be an opportunity here for a Tottenham Hotspur breakaway. It looked as though there was about to be, but then a foul on Reece Elliott-Paris. And the free kick here is taken by Ty Hall. Williams Barnett found in a good area here. What can he do? Well, he can't find the pass that he was looking for. That was the roll pass into the feet of Reece Elliott-Paris. And as Elliott-Paris tries to win the ball back, he has fouled the Arsenal defender, and it's going to be a free kick. Ty Hall sweeps. Brilliant looking ball out to Miracle Adewole. Williams Barnett twisting and turning into trouble. Going to need a helping hand here. Adewole and Williams Barnett. He's on his travels. He's beaten one. Little step over. Nice bit of skill from Williams Barnett, and then Rhys Elliott-Paris claiming a Spurs corner. And the referee has given a goal kick to Arsenal. Bailey Joseph drifting in field and looking to get Arsenal on the attack. Oguneke's cutback is good, and it's a very good chance again for O'Neill, but this time he's unable to convert. And it's brought away here by Sanderford, who's found Bose. Racing forward here on the right-hand side. Here's Adewole. Wants to get the ball on his right foot, wants to roll in towards Rhys Elliott-Paris. The Arsenal defence standing tall, and it's Salmon who comes away with it at the back. Another who was away with the under-17s recently at the World Cup. The England group who were knocked out in the round of 16 against Austria. So a player that Luca Williams, Barnett and Malachi Hardy will know very well. Adewole trying to test the Arsenal fullback here. And he drifts one way, then the other. Lovely turn of pace. But that final ball isn't arriving in the penalty area for Spurs. And the Arsenal defence continues to stand up really well to the test that Tottenham Hotspur are throwing their way. Spurs are pretty free scoring when it comes to this under-18s group, but it really hasn't been the case here. Here's Harry Byrne into crossing position for Spurs. Headed away, but only as far as Ty Hall. And Williams Barnett can't get away from the challenges that fly in to whip the ball away off of his toes. Luca Williams Barnett seeing if there is an opening on the right hand side. He's looked towards Bose. And Feeney scrapping away, but he's lost it. Ty Hall wins the ball back in a good area. Sandiford's gone back. Maybe needs to be a bit more urgency about the way the Spurs are going about their business. And Tingy in a tight spot, turns it back, and Sandiford will have a look on the other side. Arsenal dropping deeper and deeper. The Spurs might need to circulate it back to create a bit of space. And it needs quick passes, quick incision, and Sandiford is looking to provide it. Feeney's on the right, Sandiford's continued his run. Ball into the area, well picked up by Spurs, but Reece Elliott-Paris can't step away from the tackle. Sandiford into Boast, and Boast had to improvise, but he's put that one over the top of the bar. Well, it sat up, and it was awkward. And that was about the best that Boast could do. Williams-Barnett lifting through the middle. Feeney had made the late run. Feeney is protesting his innocence here, but the free kick will go the way of the Arsenal goalkeeper, Jack Porter.
Use it through. Hey, yes. Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Arsenal zip the ball up to O'Neill, who's controlled it really well, and he's won a free kick here for Arsenal in a very good area after the foul by Tyler Tingy. The referee was straight onto that one. The Arsenal free kick, after all of that, is sent straight into the Spurs wall. Well cut out by Byrne. Here comes Ty Hall, moving on to the right, where Bose continues the Tottenham Hotspur move. Well intercepted here by the centre-back Hamill. Now Sandefjord scrapping. Not to be. Arsenal breaking. O'Neill on the left-hand side arrives, but Hardy beats him, has him for pace. He's able to turn away. And Sandefjord tries to lift on towards the halfway line, but he can't find a teammate with a pass. Oguneke is the fullback, but it's Ty Hall in the Spurs midfield who whips that one away. And then he's given the ball away right on the edge of his own area, and he's lucky that that one hasn't landed in the bottom corner. Feeney's touch was heavy, and Oguneke certainly made sure that that one went over the white line. Luca Williams-Barnett with a step over, and he cuts the ball into Reece Elliott-Paris. He does well to hold off his man, but there was nobody there waiting after he turned the ball around the corner. A bit more like it though from Spurs. Reece Elliott-Paris chasing after that, but that was really not the ball that he was looking for. And Arsenal are able to get rid of that. Up towards the halfway line they go. Use of a hand there by both, and the whistle is eventually blown. And the free kick will go Spurs' way. Here's Ty Hall, instantly challenged, and Harry Byrne also challenged unfairly by O'Neill, and it will be another Tottenham Hotspur free kick. Ollie Both has 3 Arsenal players surrounding him, looks for Feeney, he can't flick it back.
Step with it. Wait, give it Mo, quick, give it Mo.
Ty Hall to take this free kick. Harry Byrne is close by. He slips the pass on towards Reece Elliott-Paris, who is fouled on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area, and it's going to be a Tottenham Hotspur free kick. And instantly making his way across to where the free kick will be taken from. No surprise to see Luca Williams-Barnett, but also Harry Byrne, who scored from a very similar range in the under-17 Premier League Cup final last season. But it does look perfectly set up for Luca Williams-Barnett from here. Facing up against his England under-17 teammate goalkeeper Jack Porter. Williams-Barnett under the wall, very nicely done. Well, this kid is special. Surprises us time and time again. That certainly surprised the goalkeeper. And Spurs here are level in the North London derby, thanks to another masterpiece from the right foot of Luca Williams-Barnett. Well, we've barely seen Luca Williams-Barnett, if we're completely honest, in the 39 minutes of this matchup so far, but that's what special players can do. A game-changing moment, perhaps, provided by Luca Williams-Barnett here on Spurs play. And now Spurs are at it, and now this feels a bit more like a game against Arsenal.
That's good, man. That's good.
Oh, it's brilliant from Williams-Barnett to sprint back and get after the ball. Look at Spurs now trying to break. Not had much of a chance to do that with Arsenal sat so deep. Adewale is chasing, but he won't get there ahead of King. And King, the Arsenal fullback, clears away. Bit of wrestling as Arsenal tried to break clear. O'Neill wanted the ball, so did Tingy. And Tingy with the pullback. Well, flag raised against Arsenal. Free kick taken here by the captain, Ty Hall. And now the Spurs goalscorer, Williams-Barnett, lifting one into the penalty area. Unable to find either of the two Spurs players, Boast or Rhys Elliott-Paris, with that pass. Rhys Elliott-Paris was looking for the free kick. And the referee lets the game flow. We have 3 minutes to go until the half-time whistle. Spurs have had to be pretty patient in terms of finding that equalising goal. They've done that. I just wonder whether Arsenal will start to open things up a bit more now. They were sat back and defending their lead. Feeney's stolen the ball here, and it looked as though he'd done so fairly as well. But the referee blows for the foul on Thompson here. Looked a fairly harsh decision. Although I do have Spurs goggles on, of course, so might not be the best one to pass judgment. Rhys Elliott-Paris providing the pressure on the Arsenal defence. Ibrahim trying to work it through midfield. Ty Hall was in his way. Late challenge on Sanderford, not picked up on by the referee. Arsenal bursting, and between Hardy and Byrne, the block is made. Spurs prevent the goal, and it's turned away for an Arsenal corner. Well, this looked as though it could have been a foul. It was fairly reckless from the Arsenal midfielder, Marisa. And it was good work in recovery. Tingy, Byrne and Hardy all looked as though they played a part. Tingy looking for Reece Elliott-Paris, who has struggled up against the two Arsenal centre-backs. Lots of balls in towards his feet, and he's really the kind of player that wants to, when he's in that position, get in behind. Well, there was certainly some pulling there on Tingy. And it took a while for that whistle to arrive. Williams-Barnett drifting and finding room. What can he do from here? Well, he'll go for goal. It's straight at the goalkeeper. Tried the early shot to catch him out. Caught him by surprise with that corner. This time the effort is straight at the keeper. And there is our whistle for half-time. While Spurs were behind, O'Neill, their top goal scorer, put Arsenal in front, but Spurs have responded thanks to a fabulous free kick here from Luca Williams-Barnett, and at the break at Hotspur Way, the score is 1-1. Underway for the second half, Arsenal with the restart, and Burn with a brilliant touch to bring the ball down. He's been having such a super season for Spurs, been a big part of the Youth League campaign that comes to its conclusion. Well, the group phase does anyway, or the league phase as it's now called. Final match against Slavia Prague taking place in December, when Spurs will get to find out then if they are making it through to the knockout stages. Stand a very good chance of making, as a bare minimum, the knockout playoffs. And here come Arsenal with their goal scorer O'Neill, who lays one into the penalty area.
About to score, look! Look!
Well, the ball goes all the way through, out towards the other side of the penalty area. Oguneke is unable to do anything with it, and Sandiford finds Boast, who's on his travels over the halfway line here. Ollie Boast trying to thread it through. Sandiford had continued his run. Boast has won it back, then he's pulled back. Spurs penalty. Referee had to think about it for around about half a second. It was so clear-cut here. Ollie Boast does ever so well to get the ball back. And then it's sheer panic from the Arsenal defender, who pulls the back of Boast, and Spurs, barely minutes into the start of the second half, have a penalty. And it's another opportunity here for Luca Williams-Barnett, our number 10, to rattle in his second goal of the afternoon. Luca Williams-Barnett from the spot makes no mistake. And the Spurs number 10 has his second of the game. And Spurs have turned this around and lead in the North London derby. What a brilliant start to the second half here. Casually done from Luca Williams-Barnett, who shows real composure and finds the back of the net. His first run out for the U18s this season, scored a fair few at this level last season. And it looks like he enjoyed that one, as you may imagine. Big Spurs fan. It's going to be a Tottenham Hotspur free kick here. Out of range, you would imagine, for both Byrne and Williams-Barnett, although Spurs do have a bit of wind behind them in this second half. Williams-Barnett's curling ball is good, and it rattled through. And the only thing missing was a touch in the middle from those arriving. So Luca Williams-Barnett, who scored a double in this fixture at Hotspur away last season, has done so again for the under-18s. As it stands, it looks to be a slightly different affair to those that we saw in the previous campaign, but that could easily change. 6-4 here last season. Rhys Elliott-Paris with the ball in that's way too close to Jack Porter, Arsenal's keeper. Here is Ty Hall, and well, his ball in is turned away, but it hasn't been completely cleared. Bose will try to work it around the corner, and now it's Arsenal's turn to see if they can respond, just as it was for Spurs in the first half. Arsenal with a free kick now. Ball is headed away by Malachi Hardy and then flashed through the traffic for an equalising goal from Marisa. Spurs 2, Arsenal 2. Well, it did look as though Spurs had dealt with the danger here. This is a super hit, and it takes a big deflection to catch out Dylan Thompson on its way through. And that will do for Arsenal. O'Neill's touch is a good one to take the ball down. Hardy's clearance away is enough to find Feeney, and Feeney is fouled. Spurs have a free kick, which they wanted to dictate quickly, but the referee having none of that. Well, here we go. The North London derby bubbling over. Feeney is pulled into the ruck. And Ty Hall is pretty central to proceedings as well. Here comes the goalkeeper now. Oh, what's the move here from the referee? We saw a sending off in each of the matches between Spurs 18s and Arsenal 18s last season. The officials come over. There will be a bit of a debrief here. It's a red card for Arsenal. I'm not sure the referee is completely done though here. And it's a red for Spurs as well. I did think that was coming. Well, the two players who came together are both sent off here. George Feeney off of the field for Spurs. Very calmly done by the referee, you have to say. This was the incident between the two players. Reece Elliott-Paris pulled back, and then just a bit of pushing that came after. George Feeney and Marley Salmon are both given their marching orders here. Away goes Miracle Adewole, chipping one into the area. Held up a bit in the wind, into the arms of the keeper here. We hit the hour mark. The second half full of incident so far. Both teams are having to adjust with a player now off of the field. Williams Barnett, so often trying to do something positive, but this time had to square it. Adewole, what kind of trick does he have up his sleeve here? Back to Ty Hall. Williams Barnett quickly closed down, no chance for him to move. Thompson wide to O'Neill. Arsenal making changes. Spurs are about to make a couple too. Arsenal's goalscorer Marisa has made way. Hardy and Williams Barnett, by the looks of things, are off here for Spurs. Eli Upson back into the action. Heads into the heart of the Spurs defence as a replacement for Hardy. Great to see him back, having a really super season for the under-21 since stepping up from the under-18s. Confirmation of that second Spurs change. Muslika has come on for Williams Barnett. Well, Muslika has been the top goal scorer for this team over this season. can he replicate what the other number 10, who's just gone off of the field, did for this team? That will be pretty incredible here. Spurs trying to keep pace at the top end of the table in what will be a really busy month for the academy. There's the game against Slavia Prague, which is coming up on the 9th of December. In between now and then, Spurs will face Brighton, and then it's Villa, and then it's Fulham in a really hectic month in December. And I'm pretty sure that there is an FA Youth Cup matchup that needs to be scheduled as well. And all of those games will be played before Christmas Day. Arsenal lifting one over the top, and out comes Dylan Thompson, the Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper, with a wonderful gather. And just when Spurs needed somebody to grab control, he did that. And now Boast is racing clear and getting towards the penalty area. Squares the pass. Adewole's onto it. And he is the latest to go down in the area. And this time the referee says goal kick. Arsenal get themselves over the halfway line. O'Neill really looks like he'll be the one, if anything is going to change here for Arsenal, he will be able to unpick the lock. Here is the substitute for Arsenal, John, and he can't get away from the Spurs fullback, Harry Byrne. Ollie Boast is chasing and, well, he manages to get there, but he's rattled into the outside of the field here and the fence that surrounds the pitch. And he's back up onto his feet pretty quickly. Muslika, lovely ball. Ty Hall has rattled the crossbar. Well, Spurs really did look as though they were in. It was brilliantly engineered by Muslika. And Ty Hall, well, he had to take it quickly. He had a bit of pressure. It's a very good chance. Well, Ollie Boast was down a moment ago when he went into the fence around the outside of the field here, and I wonder if it's still the same problem. Pushing of the toes would suggest that it's cramp. I just wonder if that is the case.
The long term.
Ball in was good and the header was good, and Eli Upson has hit the post.
Alfie!
Off goes Ty Hall. So Spurs have now hit the bar and the post in trying to find this elusive third goal. And they're on the attack again with 17 minutes of this game to go. Plus we're going to have a fair chunk of additional time after there was a bit of a coming together between George Feeney and Marley Salmon, who are both now off of the field as a result of that flare-up. What a header this was, and it looked as though it was about to bounce in. Eli Upson was already celebrating. Spurs denied by the post though. That's a good effort from Arsenal. And it's just wide of the post. No trouble this time for Dylan Thompson. Arsenal corner. Now Spurs looked as though they were about to break, and then Reece Elliott-Paris was pulled back, and the referee again with a reach towards the cards. This time it will be a yellow, and it will go the way of King, the fullback. Here's Adewole. Adewole driving towards the penalty area. Spurs could be in. Jamal Beggs. Reece Elliott-Paris. I was hoping for a bit of assistance there from the wind, but the ball just sailed on past the post and wide. And there was no trouble on this occasion for Jack Porter, Arsenal's keeper. Well, there was late drama in this fixture when Spurs last played Arsenal. A 4-4 draw and an equalising goal for Spurs in the 10th minute of injury time. And there's going to be some time to add on here, that is for sure. Muslika. Wide he goes. Adewole driving towards the penalty area. It's a foul, it's a free kick, it will go Arsenal's way. Confirmation of that yellow card for the other Arsenal fullback. They both have yellows now. And it's a big up and under, caught up in the wind. Bouncing all the way through here to Hamill, the centre-back. And the ball has been allowed to roll away by Arsenal. It's gone out for a Spurs goal kick. It's a loose pass by Upson, was looking for Hall. Upson's got it back, but again he's giving it back to Arsenal, and their substitute Gayassi finds Porter. Long searching ball from the Arsenal keeper, will go straight out of play. Sanderford is sprinting across as we head to the final 5 minutes of this matchup. Spurs could really do with a win here to keep the title challenge up and running. And this is the test that you have to deal with when you've been away in Europe, as Spurs have been this week in Paris for the Youth League. You then have to pick things up for big games when Saturday rolls around. Muslika drives towards the Arsenal penalty area. So often the one to conjure something special for this young Spurs team over the course of the season, but he's forced away on this occasion. And it could easily be Noni Madueke, but it's, well, it's certainly not. It's King, the fullback, who has won a throw-in here for Arsenal after Muslika really did look as though he was in a positive position. The interchange of passing, but the surface here is fair to say is pretty wet after a hammering of rain. Spurs have got it back. Upson goes back to Thompson. Thompson having a look to see what might be available. And plays it square in the end to Tingy. Muslika trying to engineer. hasn't really been able to get up to the speed of the game since being introduced for Luca Williams-Barnett. Ashley is turning for Arsenal into a central position where waiting is Julien, their number 10. Ashley stays central. Thought about the shot, but instead sweeps it out towards this right-hand side, and King, with a driving ball towards the penalty spot, sees it turned away by Spurs. Muslika. Well, he went for the perfect pass, tried to thread it through, but it's given straight back to Arsenal. King up to the edge of the Tottenham Hotspur penalty area. 3 minutes until the 90. Ty Hall goes flying in. He didn't really get anywhere close to the ball. Referee not happy with that challenge. Arsenal free kick. He's been lively since arriving on the field, Hashi, and he's behind the free kick here and looking to see whether he can put Arsenal back in front. They led at the very start of the game with only 6 minutes on the clock. Spurs turn this game around, but now it's Arsenal searching for a winner after scoring an equaliser in the second half. The free kick straight into the wall, and Spurs get the danger away. Oh, the wind certainly helps Spurs there. Miracle Adewale driving clear. Ball got stuck under his feet. Hashi's won it back. Now it's Arsenal pushing. They've had a really good spell over the last 5 minutes. Burns stolen it. Able to turn the ball around the corner. Muslika is fouled. He's already on a yellow card, King. And it's a second yellow for him, and that means it's a second red for Arsenal. And the fullback is going to go. Arsenal are down to 9. Well, Spurs for the final few moments here have the extra man. Did seem as though the players had to remind the referee here that that was his second yellow card. Muslika into the box looking for Byrne, who's a bit further forward now that Arsenal have been reduced even further down to 9 men. But the pass doesn't quite make it from Muslika. I think that might need another rub.
quick.
Forward.
Adewale was in a very similar position in the Premier League Cup match against Derby a week ago, and he glided into the penalty area from there and set up a goal for Reece Elliott Paris, but this time misses the ball. Arsenal are going to make another change in an attempt to adapt to having only 9 on the field. Brave header from Tingy. Spurs trying to get forward quickly here. They have very little time left to find this winner. They've got a big chance with Arsenal having another sent off. Arsenal throw. Muslika was trying to get things back underway quickly, didn't have an option. Spurs left it until the 10th minute of injury time last season to snatch a draw at Arsenal. What's going to happen here at Hotspur way? Adewale trying to use his skills to find a way through. Ty Hall is back onto it. Muslika finds it and rattles the bar. Twice Spurs have hit the bar. Once they've hit the post in this second half in searching for this third goal. They just can't find a winner. It was a thundercracker of a hit from Arman Muslika. Oh, what a finale to the game it would have been. But it stays all square. The North London derby finishes Spurs 2, Arsenal 2 for the under-18s.